Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Franchise Pearson, and welcome again to my channel. It is October 19th of 2024, 12:26 in the p.m. And yes, we have another video. I was checking my emails, and this came across, but I couldn't find no social media feeds, so I got tired. Yes, I get tired. My time is important like everybody else, so I want to apologize ahead of time because I got something to read to y'all, and it's serious. Oh, it's very serious, and it just might change your vote. Then again, who knows? You know, people, we all have heard of the word insult, right? And my son, when he cracks jokes and he amuses himself when he gets one over on me, he'll say something like, "In your face." Right? Kids do the strangest things. My son for years he been saying, "Daddy, in your face." I'm like, man. So when I saw this headline, Biden administration states widened doorway for illegal aliens to Medicaid hospitals, I'm like, wait a minute. So a person sent this to me, and I'm like, let me go ahead and do some research. Maybe my research skills today just ain't got it going on. I don't know. But like I said, I'm apologizing ahead of time. Have you guys heard anything about this? New form of catch release will burden Medicare hospital systems. Now, for those of you all who don't know about this catch and release, I did a video on this. Homeland Security is like this. You got folks hop over the border. Let's say it's 10 of them. You catch 8, and then you got 2, and they get away. And if my memory is right, serves me right, you finally catch the 2 once they're over here in America. Well, you know what? They long gone. Our border control is not counting those 2. Now, I might be wrong about the thing about letting them go. I think they let them go. Correct me if I'm mistaken. I did a video on it. Again, if my memory serves me right, if it's 10, 8 get caught, the other 2 run through the forest. You don't know where they are. So they escape. I'm pretty sure that's what happens. And that's called catch and release, if I'm right on this definition. So they don't count those numbers. So let's say in a given month, 500 go across the border and they don't catch them, but they're in here. Well, guess what? According to this will burden Medicaid hospital system. Now, do you feel me? Okay. Now, let's read this thing. It's just what you need on a Saturday, right? I hate to mess with y'all. This is just what y'all need on a Saturday, right? This supposed to be a day of relaxation, right? Maybe get some football going on. I don't know. What are y'all doing on the weekend? Millions of illegal aliens have been given an on-ramp to Medicaid due to actions by the Biden-Harris administration. So what else is new? A new study by the Foundation of Government Accountability says, okay. It warns the move will swap U.S. hospitals and cost taxpayers potentially tens of billions of dollars more annually on top of the estimated $150 billion yearly in higher taxes. $150 billion more in higher taxes. Now, before I go any further, the date of this, it came out October 18th. Okay? Like Luke 10:18, and like somebody had to remind me in my last video, Luke 10:18 talks about as I witnessed the lightning being hurled down. And thank you for reminding me. I think they said Obama means lightning, if I'm not mistaken. Little food for thought. But check this out. That happened on the 18th. This information came out. So on top, it warns the move will swamp U.S. hospitals and cost taxpayers potentially tens of billions of dollars more annually, on top of the estimated 150 billion yearly in higher taxes. Y'all don't need to know how much I pay per month as a senior citizen. It's ridiculous. I am on this Medicare, what do you call it, the market plan? Anybody got that plan? It's a legal stick up. It's not bad because I had to go to the hospital a few weeks ago when I had some work done on my elbow. And so far, the deductible wasn't too bad, and my cost so far wasn't too bad. But man, that monthly premium, man, the border crisis intensified by the Biden administration is straining both Medicaid and U.S. hospitals to the breaking point, experts warn. That's crazy, y'all. I got to keep putting this in. I want you guys to visualize it. Joe Biden, with his hand on the Bible, he said, I will protect this country against foreign and domestic. Okay, let's be more specific about what that means to us. Let us define what it is. When you are breaking the purse of the operation that was meant for U.S. taxpayers, if you're breaking that purse, if you're shattering that ceiling, whatever, how you want to say it, by bringing in illegals, and like I said yesterday when I was in the car, the buck should have stopped with Congress because they hold the purse to give the money to Biden to make this happen. And this is just too much money. It's too much money, people. I said it's too much money. This is why Trump brought out that thing a few weeks ago about Springfield, Ohio, and what they're going through. And like he said, there are other Springfield, Ohios. And put in the comment section where you're from, if your town or city or state is hemorrhaging, and it is in part because illegals. Baby, they have put us in a fix. And it's happening because of loopholes, they say, in addition to U.S. states already expanding Medicare coverage, plus the Biden-Harris White House weakening Medicaid and Social Security verification systems. Ain't that something? You gonna lax the law? You gonna weaken it? Does this not remind you of the 2008 crisis when it was allegedly brought out by, the governor of New York? I can't think of his name. Eliot Spitzer. What did he say back in the day? Allegedly, he said he had proof that the administration at that time, I'm not going to name the name, got to Google it, they laxed the laws. I believe it was the OEC, that financial agency, had laxed the laws. And then you got all this derivative thing going on. Remember that? Look, baby, history does repeat, okay? I'm going to say allegedly, but look at this. Look at this report is saying. Plus the Biden-Harris White House weakening Medicare and Social Security. People, if this is not treason, I don't know what is. I really don't know what to make of this. Whatever you do, Google this thing, please, please. Biden administration states widen doorway for legal elite. Look, politics. Let me get it. Fox Business. Here, I'm gonna pull it up. I hope I don't lose it. Fox Business. Biden administration states widen doorway for illegal aliens. Just Google it and read it. Now let's go back to it. This is unbelievable, people. And we bickering back and forth about who we gonna elect. And this dude got this
quote unquote sinister plan going on underneath us? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And now he gonna pass her the torch so she can be the one that we can point at in the future and say she destroyed America? Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Somebody. Oh, God. Let me continue. Let me go. I'm sorry, people. This pains me to no end. Let me regroup. Okay. It warns the move will swamp U.S. hospitals. I did that. A study of just 9 states, Arizona, Kentucky, Missouri, Texas, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, and Michigan, that responded to the foundation revealed that between 2019 and 2023, the number of illegal aliens on state Medicaid in those states soared 500%. I know y'all got mamas and daddies and grandmamas on Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid. I know y'all do. And I know y'all feel like I feel. You're paying too much. And now you're wondering, is there going to be any money for them, let alone you in the future? Man, I'm telling you, this needs to be front page headlines. But now we want to talk about Kamala. What kind of stupid stuff she doing lately? You know, the study says that in 5 states that provided financial information, it cost taxpayers nearly 550% more to cover illegal aliens. The U.S. hospital system has suggested to handle the massive red tape of verifying whether patients are legally citizens due to a new loophole, a new one under Biden and Harris. Somebody need to stick a microphone in both their faces and ask them about this. All these content creators got 100,000 subscribers, million subscribers, and you got clout and access to this man? Because I know you're interviewing him during this season. You need to talk to them and ask him about this here. This here, right here. All the alphabet news agencies, I'm calling you out. This needs to be talked about. Straight up. And ask Trump the same thing. As such burden hospital, and ask him the same thing so he can force them to talk about it. Yeah, that's how you're going to make America great again. Tell the truth. Give me some transparency. I ain't looking for the cocaine in the White House. I don't care about that. But I do care about my money being spent on somebody who ain't give a damn to the system. As such, burden hospitals often can't follow up, creating a new irritant of catch and release in the U.S. hospital system. This is crazy. First, U.S. states usually check a patient's citizenship status through federal sources, such as Social Security. The loophole, they ain't dancing around. It's probably tired of me. See that thing jump like that? All right, let me find it. The loophole is that if the government data doesn't match, states give patients a 90-day grace period to get documentation to verify eligibility. This thing won't stop jumping, will it? And obtain Medicaid coverage for health care. All right, so you got the basis of this. The Kaiser Foundation reports that as of 2022, there are roughly 21.2 million non-citizen immigrants in the U.S., about 7% of the total population. Roughly 6 in 10 non-citizen immigrants are lawfully present, while the remaining 4 are undocumented. And they feasting off of the program that you and I should be getting and not paying all this astronomical fee. This is treason, people. Just put treason in the comment section if you know what I'm talking about. This is crazy. What it says, all healthcare will suffer too, Du Bois said. Medicare pays much less than private insurance. So burdening hospitals with illegal aliens will lead to mounting red ink. Some hospitals have already closed. Wow. Look at that. Some hospitals have already closed, especially in states that expanded Medicaid under Obamacare and covering illegal aliens, and likely cause more to follow suit. You know, I read some about that because in our black neighborhoods in Chicago, a few of our hospitals have closed. Can't afford this cost. Can't afford to operate. Look at this, people. I did a video. You guys probably remember. I gotta research that video. I think I called it. I said immigration is the final blow, the final dagger. I stand by it. Let's move on. Now here's another part. October 4th, 2024. CBO Medicaid spending on illegal aliens has cost taxpayers over $16.2 billion under open border czar Harris. Washington, D.C. This week, the Nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office released its analysis of the cost to taxpayers of Vice President Kamala Harris' open border agenda on the Medicaid program. CBO estimates that the Biden-Harris administration open border agenda costs federal and state taxpayers more than $16.2 billion to provide Medicaid funded emergency services to illegal aliens since taking office. This is a staggering increase of 124% compared to the same period under the Trump administration. Isn't that something? Look at that. More than $16.2 billion to provide Medicaid funding emergency service to illegal aliens since taking office. Look at what Biden and Harris have done. So we need to not just ask the question of border control. We need to talk about the cost of providing for them. And then again, this is a staggering increase of 124% compared to the same period under the Trump administration. Baby, this is treason. This is treason. If you are a hospital administrator, I need to hear from you. We need to hear from you. What has happened the last 4 years? As a nurse, as an administrator, I know you got to be careful because you don't want nobody to find out who you are. Put it on your son's and daughter's name or something. I don't know. Create a new account. I need to hear from you guys. I need to read that. I need to probably do a video on you guys' responses. Has your hospital talked about raising prices or cutting back on services or, you know, just tell me what you're doing, how you're dealing with this nonsense. This analysis responds to a request from House Budget Committee Chairman Jody Arlington, calling on CBO to produce an analysis of Medicaid spending on emergency services for all aliens. Quote, the Congressional Budget Office's analysis confirms that the mass immigration of illegal immigrations is costing billions of dollars to Medicaid, a program created to serve the health care needs of most vulnerable Americans. Most vulnerable Americans, not illegals, most vulnerable Americans. This is on top of the executive action taken to provide $9 billion in Obamacare to illegal immigrants. And Obama put in the last video that I ran, some of my people loved his program. Huh? Remember that? Remember that video that I did? I gotta rub it in. I'm sorry, people. I gotta rub it in. I gotta get you to have context. I want you to see this. 2023. I want you to hear that. I ran a video on Obama. I want you to hear not the first one, but the second one. Okay, maybe this is it right here. I'm gonna take a chance. I apologize. I want you guys to hear this. He bragging about his his Obamacare. Okay, here we go. Listen.
The 5 C's of clues, code. He said something.
Gold sneakers. He's got this is my favorite. He's
Strange.
got where in Switzerland was this thing made?
The voice, he's of that scripture that he fed. What? Be with me? 10. I digress. The point I'm trying to make.
Even folks who don't like me sure like that insurance.
Really?
Did you hear that? Listen.
You're wrong. And even folks who don't like me sure like that insurance.
Really?
When he was asked about it, he said, well,
You talking about Obamacare? Talking about people liked it. People, I'm glad I do the research, connect the dots. Do you like this? Obama talking about we liked it, right? He said we liked it. The Congressional Budget Office's analysis confirms that the mass migration of illegal immigrants is costing billions of dollars to Medicaid, a program created to serve the health care needs of the most vulnerable Americans. This is on top of the executive action taken to provide $9 billion with a B in Obamacare to illegal immigrants. He need to shut up. What you think? As my son say, in your face. Next, tired of reading. Here's Slow Joe. He ain't that slow if he can try to be slick while the campaign is going on. He ain't that slick. He ain't that slow. Listen to this. Responding to trying to figure out how they're going to pay for things in the future in relation to the hurricanes.
We're already underway at trying to calculate what the cost will be because we don't want to miss. There's going to be a need for significant amounts of money. We're already underway at trying to calculate what the cost will be because we don't want to mislead anybody. We want to make sure all the costs are able to be covered.
In a letter sent to Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas, Republicans on the House Homeland Security Committee pressed the top DHS official to explain the administration's spending priorities through the Federal Emergency Management Agency. Lawmakers decried the agency's programs focused specifically on illegal immigrants, especially as top Biden administration officials worry FEMA could run out of disaster relief funds. Mayorkas has warned that although the money will cover immediate needs, it may not be enough to last the hurricane season.
We have the resources to respond to the immediate needs of individuals impacted by Hurricane Helene and Hurricane Milton.
There's going to be.
I am so tired of Tweetly D and Tweetly Dum Dum. And I know you are too. I'm tired of Tweetly D and Tweetly Dum Dum. I don't know who's worse. This guy or this guy. I'm not sure who's worse. But I know one thing. In my lifetime, when I was in my 20s, these folks don't qualify as Americans. Hello? I'm just keeping it real. These are traitors. Anytime you don't put your country first, and then all of a sudden you get 2 hurricanes. Oh, I might not have the money. We've got to really find out. Really? You didn't anticipate that this was hurricane season? And you know you can project how much money that might be spent? And take into account that you spend all this money on immigration and immigrants in terms of health? And you multiplying them and hatching them like rats? That's an additional cost to your budget? You couldn't figure that out? Like I said, Tweetly D and Tweetly Dum Dum. Oh, I'm on a roll today. It's Saturday. Now, here's a man after my own heart. You people in Florida, I'm telling you, I'd do anything to have a governor like this man. He should have been vice president or president. I've disagreed with some of his stuff. I believe he's playing the game. But man, he gets things done. That's all I know. He ain't got the perfect state. I found some things they got in healthcare they got to fix. But in this immigration, he gets it.
in the state of Florida. We banned sanctuary cities in our state.
Hello.
We sued Biden over his catch and release policies, and we actually won with the federal judge in the Florida Panhandle. And so his catch and release has been ruled to be illegal. He's trying to appeal it, but we're right on the law, and we're going to hold him accountable there. We also in Florida, even though we're not on the southern border, we have a major maritime border, of course, with our whole state. So they'll run boats from Haiti, from Cuba, with illegal aliens, and the Coast Guard is in charge of dealing with it, and they actually do a really good job, but they don't have enough resources.
Tell me how you feel. Tell me how you really feel. Has this thing affected you? Would you like to have a Governor DeSantis? Look, ain't none of these politicians perfect. I've been teaching the last few months. You got to get what you got to get out of them, because we got to endure. This man should have been VP. I don't know too much about Vance other than what I read. But this brother here, DeSantis, he got a history, he getting it done. If you're a Floridian, hey, put it in there. You like your guy? I love him. I love him. And hey, he got patriotic moves from what I can tell. People, I'm Friendship Pearson. Hope I didn't disturb your day. Sorry about all the reading, but I think it was well worth it. And we just exposed Obama and Obamacare. All that money being given away to folks, right? $9 billion under Obamacare. That's just ridiculous. Just ridiculous. I love you guys. God bless America. God bless America.